And that's why I can't wait to stand in Folsom Field and see Ralphie run for the first time. Coach Prime, I'm coming around right behind you, baby. We're going, okay? It's one of the great traditions in all of college sports, and it's just unbelievable. Can't wait to see it. So traditions, they matter here. They matter.
Squad
coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. It is DNVR Buffs live. How we feeling, brother?
Amazing.
Hell yeah.
Sensational, as a wise man once said. I feel pretty great, bro. It's a new week. It's a new year, bro.
Yes, it is.
First show in the studio. Time, right? First studio show of the new year, and man, has it been a lot of action since the last time we talked, which was just yesterday on the show for a little emergency pod. But a lot has happened since then, and hey, everybody was waiting, looking for some moves, for some action.
Mm-hmm.
We got action.
No doubt.
We got action.
Tons of it. No time to waste today. Let's get into it. Thank God we did the emergency show yesterday, because since then, 6 players have committed.
Sheesh.
That has doubled Colorado's transfer class. I believe they're up to 11 now.
Yeah.
We're going to talk every single one of those new commits, visits. Kevin Stefanski and the Browns have parted ways. Brendan Sorsby to Tech, and then we'll talk what we learned today from the presser at Fernando Lovo, and talk about some of his quotes as well. I'm excited, man.
Me too.
It's a good time to be a part of Buff Nation. Who do you want to start with for commits here?
I don't know, bro. Let's start right here. Yesterday, let's start right here. We're at running back, right? I think yesterday when we talked about Damian Henderson committing over from Sacramento State.
Mm-hmm.
Another Sacramento State running back has entered the fold. This is Jaquil Smith, and I'll be honest with you, bro. This is kind of my sleeper right now of this early group. I really like what this young man did as a true freshman last year at Sac State. Averaged a team-high 6.7 yards per carry, had 511 rushing yards, had 5 touchdowns. Again, as a true freshman, is coming over to Colorado with Brendan Marion. Already has that familiarity with the go-go offense, and this dude has speed. This dude has burst, acceleration, elusiveness to make dudes miss in a hole, in open field, and that is something that I am really excited to see him continue to develop in year 2. This is a young guy, and this is a theme that I think has kind of unfolded as well. You mentioned 11 commits now.
Yeah.
10 of them have multiple years of eligibility, at least 2 years of eligibility. A lot of them, like Jaquil Smith, even have 3 years of eligibility left. So obviously losing Dallin, knowing that the go-go offense requires, or more times than not, has 2 running backs on the field. Adding to this room, again, with guys who have familiarity with this offense and who are just a threat to take it to the crib at any moment with the touch of a football. I think Jaquil Smith kind of fits that bill, and I really like this pickup.
We've talked about it when Damian Henderson committed, just getting a guy, especially at that position, that understands what Brendan Marion's going to be bringing to the table, what he's going to expect out of you too. Not just running the offense and all that stuff. I mean, of course that matters, and that's a cherry on top at this point, but you kind of needed a bit of a cultural overhaul this offseason, right? And so you're bringing in more guys who are just going to know what to expect pretty much, who can hopefully and potentially be looked at as leaders, as someone to, help alongside learning the offense, just understanding how Brendan Marion works and approaches his craft and all that too. So we'll see exactly how this running back rotation works out. I mean, we'll talk CJ Baxter here in a bit, which is a massive transfer target as well. But sticking with the commits, let's talk about, the defensive line.
Let's do it.
Almost done to this point. I mean,
maybe.
You talk about how many commits they've got. They're not done for sure, but we'll just pick Toby Anene. The former NDSU
Anene. Just think of the dance. Nene. That's how it is.
Very, very, very productive football player for North Dakota State.
NDSU. This is somebody who I mentioned last week.
You did. Great call by you, by the way.
Mentioned him last week because, like I said, I know them NDSU boys are coached up really well.
40 games played in his career. He started double-digit games. I mean, he started 9 in 2024. I don't have the 2025 stuff at this point yet, but in his career, so he played 11 games in 23, but it looked like just kind of rotational, maybe special team stuff. Really became a full-time starter with 9 starts in 2024. Since 2024, he has had 56 total tackles. He's had 14 tackles for a loss, 10.5 sacks, 10 passes defensed on the edge.
That's crazy. In the playoff game this year, he had 2 pass breakups at the line of scrimmage. Both of them resulted in interception. So this is somebody who gets his hands up in the path of, or the vision of a quarterback, can impact the football and create turnovers and havoc with the football as well.
Forced 4 fumbles in 2024. Only 1 last year, but had a fumble recovery last year. So very active around the ball. And just experience too. And someone who's kind of been there, done that. He's obviously so ready. If you do it at NDSU, you can do it at Colorado. Like, I'm not going to be picking,
right.
The FCS
For
stuff
sure.
with him.
I know they're coached well. And this is according to Pro Football Focus. Since 2024, so the last 2 seasons, Anene 13 sacks, 71 quarterback pressures over the last 2 seasons, a 90.1 pass rush grade. So this is somebody who is just a talented pass rusher who is just naturally gifted at getting to the quarterback. I posted a clip earlier today. 1-on-1, that's barbecue chicken. He eating that, especially against right tackles in particular, because it's typically, offense is weaker of the 2 tackles.
Sure.
I mean, that's just easy work for him. This pass rush has obviously needed a lot of work, especially when you had virtually no bodies in the room as of January 2nd. But I think now 5, maybe even 6 defensive linemen / edge players have already been added via this transfer portal class. And a lot of them, all of them are coming up a level, but all of them pretty much have traits that you see can translate to this Power 4 level, up a level. And that's kind of that's the approach this time around, clearly, right? Like I said, you have 11 commits now, and all of them are FCS G5 guys. That has clearly been the approach under new director of play personnel, Darius Darden-Box, and I think it's the right approach, right? We'll see what the results yield, but I think after what we all witnessed last year, I think that's the right approach to go about it, because there are some gems all around college football at all levels of college football. And the more you can find those gems at more of a bargain price, so to speak, because again, it's the reality of the situation of college football right now.
For sure.
These are pros. That's kind of the way I think to go about it for this program specifically.
Totally, man. I mean, you obviously brought in the big ticket transfers from the Power 4 last year. I think there was a little bit of complacency, right? And I think that's, again, why this has been sort of the emphasis. These guys are going to be hungry, man.
For sure.
Obviously, they've been productive at their last stop, but can you imagine how motivated they are to prove that they can do it here? And, they are a Power 4 football player. And again, it's what Kurt Signetti, it's what Willie Fritz did. Ole Miss has grabbed, some FCS G5 guys over the years too. So it's been a proven formula to this point in the transfer portal. Dylan Manuel. He was one of the first reported visitors. We talked about him last week, I think, in the last show.
I think so.
Coming to Colorado. He made it official last night that he will be committing or he is committed to become a Buff. He's also been very active on social media in terms of recruiting other potential targets as well. So you love to see that. Last year, 37 total tackles, 7 TFLs, 3 sacks. He also had an interception.
You know who that was off of?
No.
Drew Mestamaker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Oklahoma
against North
State's new
Texas.
quarterback.
Yeah.
6'1", 300 pounds.
300. That's what people wanted, right?
Yeah.
They said they wanted the big folks. That's a big boy right there.
Yeah.
That's a big boy right there. A big boy who can play. Over the last 2 seasons, 725 defensive snaps. Like, he has been a stalwart for App State's defensive line. Was a sophomore here this past year. Like, another guy with multiple years of eligibility left. He was a freshman All-American in 2024 at Charleston Southern. And you mentioned it. You alluded to it. This dude can play. Dylan Manuel can play. Yep. He checks a lot of boxes. But he out here recruiting, too. Mm-hmm. And you love to see it. I mean, trying to get, Smith Snowden. I saw him add a couple people. CJ Baxter, you just mentioned. He go, you know what to do when you get up here Wednesday, fan. We need you. He's talking about Tyler Moore, trying to get him the Coastal Carolina offensive lineman. This man's working, and you love to see it. And I think he can play too. Like, this strikes me as somebody who is going to be one of the main contributors on the interior of the defensive line for Colorado in 2026.
Absolutely.
So that's another nice add. I like Dylan Manuel a lot.
Yeah, me too. This is just the exact type of players that you need, especially when you're turning over the roster. You need someone to kind of, carry the flag into battle again. Be a play recruiter.
Let's stay on that side of the ball for one more before we hit a break. This is one of my favorites too so far. Naeten Mitchell, defensive back, transferring in from New Mexico State. Led New Mexico State in tackles last season, had 90-plus total tackles, had 58 solo tackles, 7 PBUs, 3 picks, including a pick 6 just this past season alone. This is a ball player. And watching his film, real downhill, always finds a way around the football, sticky in coverage, come up and make tackles, real physical. Reminds me a lot of Toffee Byard, honestly, if I'm keeping it a bean.
Yeah.
In terms of just the way they play with kind of that reckless abandonment, always flying downhill, always finding ways to be around the football or get a hand on a football. This is somebody who's 5'11", 175, 180 pounds, kind of that size you're looking for ideally at the safety spot. I like this kid a lot. This is another guy who I think is going to come in and be an immediate starter, potentially an immediate leader for this defense in the back end. Naeten Mitchell is a really, really, really good ad, and I really like his film.
Yeah, me too. I mean, very active back there. Production on the football, able to come downhill as well. Obviously, making a jump as well too. But you literally saw that last offseason in Toffee Byard from USF. So, it's possible. You've seen it from Cam. You've seen it from Shiloh here. It's possible for these guys. And frankly, again, that's why, losing Toffee Byard sucked, right? Like, he was one of the best players, one of the leaders on this team. He cared, right? And he ends up at Texas A&M. We tried to tell you why he entered the transfer portal. Well, there it is right there. But, you hope that someone can kind of fill that leadership void. And if Naeten Mitchell can do that, you're in good hands defensively as well. We have 2 more guys, I think, to talk about, 2 more commits, and then we will get to visits and buzz and all that on the other side of this break. Shout out to our friends over at Bet365, the place to get in on all the action. NFL playoffs. It's time, baby. Time to get some, some money lines for those dogs in the playoffs. Oh, yeah. Call some shots. Also, just get in on the futures. You could also bet NBA, NHL, tons of stuff going on right now with our friends over at Bet365. Check out the early money line payout offers for every single sport. In football, it's 17 points. Your team goes up 17 points at any point during the game, even if the other team comes all the way back to win. It is an instant cash out with our friends over at Bet365, but check them out. They got lots of stuff going on. SGP Sundays, tons of offers, tip-off Tuesdays for the NBA, and much, much more. New customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5. Win or lose, sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets again if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, SGPs, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Shout out to Taco Bell as well, our friends over at TB, man. Have y'all had that new quesarito yet? If you haven't, please tap in, man. This is iconic. It's delicious, and it needs to be a part of your weekly rotation, man.
Facts.
Nikola Jokic has yet to try the iconic quesarito, but your boy Scotty D Pockets has finally done it. And let me tell you, it lives up to all
Something
the hype.
special, ain't it?
Truly is something special. Great way to describe that, my boy. So go get you a quesarito. And although the Buffs boxes have been sold out, your local Colorado Taco Bell restaurants, they want to hear from you guys, the fans, which student athletes you would like to see featured on the Collector Cups for the 2026 football season. So put your comments down in the chat and let us know who you think deserves to be featured next year. Shout out to Taco Bell and Liv Moss.
Alrighty. 2 more commits to talk about, and then, yes, we will get to news and buzz.
Let's get it. First one, Albany Edge. Balansama Kamara. What a name. What a school, too. We know of an elite pass rusher who came through Albany recently. Got some buzz in the NFL draft, Jared Verse.
Oh, I didn't know he was from there.
To Florida State. Was at Albany
Very
before
interesting.
Florida State. Balansama Kamara, last season, 2025, 13.5 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks. This is a big boy, too. 6'3", 260 pounds. Played 930 snaps across 2 seasons at Albany. He was their best graded player on either side of the ball, according to Pro Football Focus. This is a really good player, man. Third-team All-American in the FCS ranks, obviously. 2 years of eligibility left. This is a big boy. And another, clearly, we talked about it, right? Defensive line edge was going to be a massive emphasis, particularly early on in this portal. And now that you got 6 guys in that defensive line edge room already committed now, that emphasis, I don't know if the box is completely checked.
No.
But you've done some good work through 3 days of the portal being open, no doubt.
Totally. Very, very productive. And, I mean, what you said about the snap counts, this guy just loves football. He's on the field all the time.
Sure.
He's, obviously looked at, and the PFF grades back it up, being their best player on either side of the ball.
Yeah.
He's looked at as, someone to kind of be that rock on the defense. And, again, we're obviously still learning these guys, still watching film on these guys too. We have no idea how this edge rotation is going to work out.
For sure.
Long way away from kind of figuring that out. And, of course, we'll, begin to put the pieces together as we watch film and all that. But I think this guy has to be a leader in the clubhouse in terms of as a potential impact player for the Buffs on defense.
I think so, too.
Last guy, Immanuel Ezeogu.
Yes. Yes.
From James Madison.
JMU.
Played in 14 games this last year for the Dukes. Played in 1 game in 2024, retaining his eligibility and using that red shirt. 6'1", 239, plays linebacker. So there you go. Or we heard today, actually,
he's more of an edge.
Little bit of edge, too. So kind of a ball of clay a little bit. But, I mean, he was productive, or a little bit productive, as a freshman. Again, played in all 14 games, so mostly, I'd imagine, primarily special teams type of stuff. But, I mean, this at Colorado, right? You pay attention to those guys on special teams, especially the redshirt freshmen or the freshmen. Those are guys that are being looked on as potentially, 2 or 3 deep on the depth chart maybe. But 15 total tackles, 4 TFLs, 1 sack. Also had a forced fumble as well. So that's really nice production for a redshirt freshman.
Hey, heavy hands. Real physical at the point of attack. I mean, just getting blockers off of him, punishing ball carriers when he gets to him, when he gets his hands on him as well. 3 years of eligibility left as well, right? You see he's gotten his feet wet a little bit in terms of seeing playing time, seeing defensive snaps, but I'm going to use your adage, a ball of clay a little bit, right? This guy can still be developed. You see the potential. You see some of the tools when you watch the film, and he certainly has the size. He actually replied to my tweet because on the roster, JMU roster, he's listed at 6'1", 240.
Oh, let's go.
But he replied to my tweet, and he was like, I actually just got done with my physical here in Colorado, and I'm 6'3", 245 now. So, again, that's a big boy with some size on him. And I mean, clearly, go ahead.
Redshirt freshman, the kid's going to grow.
Exactly.
I mean, ideally, he finds a home at edge and becomes a terror there. But, I mean, the fact that he entered as a linebacker, too, I think there's some potential for him to maybe grow into an interior guy at some point. But
I definitely think there's some positional versatility there with him.
Long way to go for that, though. So that is the 6 new commits. We are up to 11 now.
Who's your favorite, bro? Who do you like the most? Who piques your interest the most?
I'm
You
stoked.
can't pick a receiver.
No?
Nope. Because I knew you. That's the easy way out. We all love Cam Perry and Danny Scudero. We both think they're going to be special in this offense.
I'm gonna have to go with Naeten Mitchell. I think at this
Yeah.
point, then it's just it was again Byard entering the portal hurt, and I think that the fact that you're able to kind of find a replacement so quickly is encouraging. First off, but also it just proves the fact that you can safety is just a position that you can find guys at. It works that way in the NFL. It works that way in college. Unfortunate that this Byard situation went the way it did, but facts of the matter. What about you?
I love that entry you gave Mitchell. I think he's a great player. I would add who I mentioned earlier, even Jaquil Smith. I think he's probably my sleeper. Just a true freshman in 2025, was really productive, has a familiarity with the offense. I would throw in Dylan Manuel as well. Somebody who is a big boy. What his role is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Playing that nose tackle, that defensive tackle spot in the interior of the defensive line. He has the production, he has the experience, and he already recruiting too. So that adds another reason why I really like that young man a lot. So
that is true.
Let us know in the chat. I want to hear who y'all are most excited about. I want to see whose name pops up the most here.
Post show comments too. Drop your favorite new buff in the chat.
Yep.
All right, let's get to the buzz. The visits. Buffs buzz, visits, the targets, all that stuff. The Texas guys. I don't think we talked about them too much yesterday. I think we talked about Moore for sure, right?
I think we talked about Moore, but not Baxter.
So CJ Baxter, I mean, if you've watched high-level college football the last 2-3 years, you know this name. Was impact player at Texas in 2023 as a true freshman, was Big 12 Newcomer of the Year that season. That's Texas's last season in the Big 12. This is a former, he was the top running back in his class. This is 2023. He was a 5-star. He's just battled some injuries, man. And I don't know exactly what injuries he's battled to this point. Again, I haven't really done too much homework on him. He's just visiting to this point. We'll see if he ends up committing. But you have to imagine the Brendan Marion connection is playing a massive role here. I mean, DeAndre Moore, his primary recruiter is Brendan Marion. CJ Baxter, he was listed as someone else having his primary recruiter, but you have to imagine, just like he's playing a huge role with kind of everything here, but Brendan Marion was very active in recruiting, especially the offense. A lot of these guys at Texas, statistically speaking, only played in 8 games this year, 54 rushes, 196 yards. Again, struggled with injuries. Texas' entire running back room struggled with injuries this year. But as a true freshman, 138 rushing yards, 138 attempts, 659 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, 4.8 yards per carry. So
do we know what happened to him in 2024 where he has no stats?
It's injury, I think. So
see, that's just it's concerning to me. And we talked about this last week when I mentioned like Jaheim Otis, right? Lessons we can learn potentially from the portal, just in terms of targeting guys with an injury history. It's never what you want to do. I think especially at running back. Right? I think especially at running back where you have an injury history. Clearly CJ Baxter can play. He is talented. That is not up for debate. But I do just worry about the injury history, right? He was really good in 2023.
Yes.
3 seasons ago, right now, as a true freshman. Looks like he didn't play at all in 2024. It sounds like that might have been due to injury.
So he had a season-ending knee injury in August in the lead up to that season. Torn LCL and PCL in his knee. Those are some. It's not ACL obviously, but those are still pretty significant injuries. Like those are injuries you need to not do anything really physical for a while, for months at a time. He obviously missed the entire season, and then it looks like this year. So week 3 this fall, this is from A to Z Sports about the Texas Longhorns. It looks like he went down with a hamstring injury. So, and that's something that can be related to, again, I have no idea what leg or what happened, but like that can be related to those ligament injuries.
It can.
For sure,
They can. Yeah, the dude can play, and obviously he's on the visit. Obviously the staff likes him, and maybe the Brendan Marion connection is really all they need to hear / see, but I would just be a bit hesitant. Just based on the injury history, particularly at that position where you're you're getting wear and tear every time you touch it, pretty much. So we'll see what ends up happening.
We saw it with Alto too. Alto McCaskill.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he came in with a ton of hype and was coming off an ACL.
Remember too, as a freshman, was a dog as a freshman at Houston, and then stuff kind of adds up. But we'll see.
But I mean, you've already added 2 Sac State running backs.
Yep.
You got Micah still in the fold. Cam is still in the fold. Cam Michael.
Yep.
Who am I missing? Did they bring in another back yet? I don't think so. Oh, Price and Trackhawk.
And Trackhawk for sure.
Kalen Taylor.
Yeah, it sounds like Simeon might need like a medical hardship waiver, which we don't know the status of yet. But yeah, we should definitely get Trackhawk back, and we'll see.
Yep.
I kind of like where the room is at right now, honestly.
Me too.
With the addition of the 2 Sac State guys, keeping obviously Micah and Trackhawk and potentially Simeon as well. I kind of like where the running back room is at right now. But we'll see what ends up happening.
Totally. Gideon ESPN Lamprin posts the Jay-Z and Kanye primetime song in his story.
Yeah.
I know he's a massive target for this team.
Yep. Gotta be.
He has a few other visits lined up though. I think Colorado is the first. So the objective's got to be to not let him leave.
For sure. He's here now.
He's here now. Yep.
Showed
up yesterday. So we'll see. But it's just the way it goes with the transfer portal. I mean, if you get him to stay and you get him to, verbally commit, potentially sign and enroll this week, that'd be fantastic. But if he ends up going elsewhere on, taking in those other visits, then I'm sure we'll see other names emerge as well.
No doubt about it. I mean, that's obviously a position that has to get addressed in a big way.
Yep.
And that's not really a position you can slap a Band-Aid on.
Right.
In terms of a guy that we think can play with limited production. Like, there's somebody in Lampron, first team All-MAC this past season, 119 tackles, 17.5 tackles for loss this past season. He would be the starter at linebacker for Colorado in 2026. So you got to do whatever you can to get him locked in. While we're speaking of linebacker, we just saw this come in. Of a guy on another visit. New Mexico State linebacker Tyler Martinez is currently visiting Boulder. He was a first-team all-conference linebacker as well. 6'2", 225 pounds over the last 2 years. 145 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss across those 16 games over the last 2 seasons. So we're starting to see more of the second level of that defense, see some more visits and whatnot in Boulder.
Love to see it. Back to the secondary, Smith Snowden. This has got to be a massive priority for them as well.
For sure.
I would argue you can't let this guy leave the building today either. Or he shows up tomorrow, I believe.
Today.
So
yep.
He shows up today. Again, this is a guy who is, this is just as clear cut as it gets in the transfer portal in terms of a guy that you plug and play just instantly as a starter. Has started 20-plus games for Utah the last 2 years, been extremely productive. Starting at cornerback, played in 36 games, played a lot as a true freshman in 2023 as well. He also made a start, I think, at wide receiver or running back last year for Utah.
He plays some receiver. He does some kick return stuff too.
Hell yeah. 92 total tackles in his career, 6 TFLs, 4 interceptions, one of those being a pick 6 in 2024. 17 passes defense. That's what I'm talking about in terms of on-the-ball production.
Over the last 2 seasons, right?
Yep, and a forced fumble in 2024.
Yep. Plays a lot of nickel too.
Yes.
Had pretty much the 11 games he started back in 2024 will all starts at the nickel cornerback spot. You mentioned some of the versatility, both sides of the ball. In the game against UCLA this year, he had 15 rushing yards, 51 receiving yards, and 19 kick return yards, while also starting on defense. So, two-way U.
Yeah.
We ain't said it in a long time, but
yep.
This is the type of dude who it would certainly apply to. But he would be a massive get for the secondary of this defense. Another instant, immediate, impactful starter for this Colorado football team, potentially if he ends up committing. You mentioned the on-ball statistics. Is that 4 interceptions over the last 2 seasons? Yeah, 4 interceptions over the last 2 seasons, 17 PBUs. This would be a great ad. Can't let him leave, man. But he's got some other visits, some big wigs after
Michigan,
him. Oregon,
Florida,
yeah. So we'll see.
And if you're curious, his offensive stats: 13 receptions, 57 yards, so only 4.4 yards a reception. You have to imagine they're using him just like quick screens and stuff. Also had 8 rushes for 40 yards. That's 5 yards a carry.
And a touchdown.
Yeah. Okay, we still have a couple more potential targets to discuss, and we will do so on the other side of this break. Shout out to our friends over at Common Spirit Health. New year. New us? Same us? I don't know, depending on who you are. Whether it's a resolution or not, though, we can all be better at taking care of our own health, man. And Common Spirit wants to remind you that they are around. They're all over here in Colorado, actually. 20 hospitals, 240 clinics and care sites. So whatever you got going on, make sure you hit them up and get checked out. Also, just check in on your folks, man. We don't need any more reminders going into 2026 to take care of your health. Use this as your reminder. Whether it's, something chronic, something that happened at the gym, or a sports medicine injury, they got you covered. Routine checkup, responding to an emergency. You can trust Common Spirit to deliver exceptional care close to home, and you can experience the difference compassion makes. Find a Common Spirit location near you and discover a new standard of health and healing by visiting mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the mighty Denver Broncos. They took really good care of our Denver Broncos. Not many injuries this year and got the 1 seed. Shout out right. Common Spirit, man.
Hey, they deserve credit for that, man. Shout out to Common Spirit, and shout out to our friends over at Toyota as well, man. You already know that Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR as we sit here in the beautiful Toyota lounge. Trucks have always been a part of Toyota's DNA, man. For generations, Toyota has been building these durable legends that are destined for greatness and perfect for the roads of Colorado. They offer 17 different models available, all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from, like that Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck, man. These SUVs take command on the road and on the trail, so you can explore the road less traveled. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. You already know that Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics. Shout out to Toyota, and let's go places.
Okay, last, I think, potential, not a potential target. He's been here. I think his visit's finished, actually. And that's the first quarterback that we're going to discuss this offseason, Caden Pinnock. He was the Big Sky Freshman of the Year for UC Davis. Threw for 3,200 yards, 32 touchdowns, also rushed for 437 yards. I mean, I don't even have to say this. Clearly, it's Julian's team. Like, this is a backup quarterback, like, full stop. No questions asked about this.
Yeah.
But some nice production for him. Obviously, a younger guy, freshman of the year last year, so someone to kind of grow in that room. I mean, look, the ideal path is Julian is only here maybe one more season after this, right? He has a great year this year, has a great year next year, and then hopefully becomes a first-round draft pick, and he's on his way.
Yeah.
That's the ideal path. And then, of course, you'd have this guy potentially in the fold, but it's a different, you really struggled, I think, getting quarterbacks out of the portal the last few years that were experienced at all. I go back to that first offseason, right? When Shedeur, or the second offseason, when, you kind of knew that Staub was someone who was there, he was going to grow and get better.
Yeah.
You didn't know if he was coming back, though. He comes back. But other than that, the room has been thin. So this would be massive for the quarterback room moving forward.
No doubt about it. I mean, somebody threw for 306 yards and 2 touchdowns against me, I'd be interested too, because that's exactly what Pinnock did against Brennan Marion in Sac State this year. The game that UC Davis beat Sac State. Pinnock, like I said, threw 306 yards, 24-30 passing, 2 passing touchdowns, and UC Davis was good this year.
Yeah,
they were a good football team in that Big Sky. So. Would be a nice add. And I think, like, it's kind of what I said when we were talking about it last week when Staub entered the portal in terms of what a backup quarterback would look like.
Yeah.
And ideally, it would be somebody who has maybe some familiarity with Brendan Marion. Maybe not in the go-go system like Pinnock doesn't have, obviously.
Sure.
But just somebody who Marion has had eyes on previously and is like, I think I can work with that.
Yeah.
I can get something out of that. And I think that's what we're seeing here. But the production is impressive. Was he a true freshman or a redshirt freshman?
I think he was redshirt. So
okay. Either way, it's impressive.
Yeah, he was a redshirt. He's actually born in Denver, Colorado.
Right.
He did play high school ball, I think, out in California, though. Eventually moved out there. Yep. But he redshirted in 2024. Yeah, and then became a full-time starter last year. Would be a massive get, obviously. So.
No doubt.
Okay, is that it for targets?
One more.
Okay.
And we can move on. UCLA defensive end / edge Anthony Jones is visiting Nebraska today, but he is going to be visiting Boulder, Colorado on Wednesday. This is a 6'5", 265-pound man. You know what I'm saying? Led UCLA in quarterback hurries this season, was tied for the team lead in sacks, had 16 total pressures according to Pro Football Focus. Yeah, they are taking that edge room seriously. And this would be somebody that would probably make a lot of people happy just because he's coming from UCLA. But nonetheless, this is a good player with some really good traits who is going to be in Boulder, Colorado this week. So keep an eye on that as well.
There you go. All right, let's talk transfers out and 3 big players that we all enjoyed, or most of them that we enjoyed watching.
Yeah.
But Omari Miller,
Yeah.
he ends up committing to Arizona State.
ASU. See that boy soon. See that boy later this year.
Look, you're going to be able to get your get back potentially
Yes.
against him. And he's obviously supremely talented. There's obviously also some things he could have done better this last year, right? Kind of was one of those players who got disciplined late in the year by Coach Prime from getting back from break and all that stuff. So, not to just we're not trying to throw dirt on his name, and I hope that, the fan base doesn't continue to do that as well, because I do think that O's a great kid, man, and he's got a bright future. I think that it's tough in this day and age of college football for players like him that are stars, man, because you're obviously relied upon and you're looked upon as like a star, for better or worse. But
sure.
You're also 20 years old. Like, you're still figuring out, how to go about this stuff and handle all that attention and all. So, I just hope that O continues to be the player on the football field that he has been, and that he continues to grow as a person as well. And we should continue to see him making plays and eventually making an impact in the NFL, because he definitely has that ability. So shout out to Omari Miller.
He certainly has that ability. I mean, I still think he's a future NFL player.
He absolutely
I think he will be one of the top receivers still in this 2027 NFL draft. It sucks. I think a lot of people maybe expected when Omarion hit the portal to end up at like a blue blood, like an Ohio State, maybe not an Ohio State,
Like an
but
LSU.
yeah, exactly right. A school like that. And I think maybe seeing O land in the conference, right, against a team that his team has played the last 2 years, correct? A team that they're going to play again here in 2025. I think that might have maybe rubbed some fans the wrong way, or maybe just at least left them confused. But I think this is fun. Like you said, you're going to get a chance to maybe get some payback against O in Tempe, Arizona, against Arizona State later this year. And when I tweeted that today, one of the first people to like my tweet was Colorado cornerback R.J. Johnson, who's obviously returning. And you think he not trying to get his get back on a very public stage? You know what I'm saying? For maybe some stuff that has happened in practice and one-on-one, them just battling like football players do. That's going to be fun. But yeah, it sucks to see a guy who spent a lot of time at a place, gave fans a lot of memories at a place, and leave for a familiar face. That kind of rhymed.
I mean,
I'm a poet.
Yeah, good job. But, look, I mean, Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State went after Jordan Tyson very hard when he entered the portal too.
Bro, that Colorado to Arizona State pipeline is growing, bro.
I mean, Kendrick Breedlove, it goes both ways too.
Don't forget about Mateer either.
BJ Green,
yeah, for sure.
This thing goes both ways, and Coach Prime is obviously shares admiration for Kenny Dillingham. And I don't think any of these guys are going to say anything bad about a player leaving their program, which is why I think you see kind of that familiarity between the two of them. So, you have anything? I kind of already talked about it. You have anything to say about Tawfiq Bayard?
Not really, man. I wish him the best, man. I know he didn't leave on the best terms with this coaching staff for whatever reason. It looked like he was deciding between A&M and Tennessee and decided on A&M. I think it's a good fit for him. I think he's going to quickly become a fan favorite there because that's just who he is and how he plays.
Yep.
But you got to move on. Luckily, you don't got to see him like you do Marion Miller on the schedule later this year. But yeah, we're wishing Tawfiq the best, man. He obviously gave a lot to this program over the last year, battling through injury, being a leader for a defense that really needed one. So I got nothing but good things to say about Tawfiq.
Totally. And then Jaheim Otis committed to Ole Miss today, man. Best of luck to him. Hope he gets healthy. You know, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He was disappointing here at Colorado. But let's be kind. Let's not, jump on the kid for it not working out here for whatever reason. It just happens sometimes too. So let's
he not tripping.
Be bygones.
For sure. I know he not tripping. Yeah, he at Ole Miss now.
You know what that means too.
Yeah, exactly. He good. He not tripping. He's great. He's great.
That's really the big update though. Can't think. Has anyone else really been linked or committed to anything? Any other potential?
I know Dallin Hayden has been linked to Memphis.
Someone else went there too, right? Obviously the Corey Phillips connection, but maybe not.
I'm not sure. Maybe sure. A couple of Colorado players have entered the portal since we last spoke. Terrell Timmons Jr. announced that he is entering the portal. Thought that he might come back, but he is entering the portal. He already announced today that he's picked up a couple offers, which is good for him. And then Tyreekis Davis today entered the portal. I think this is somebody who we thought maybe was out of eligibility.
Yeah, JUCO
kid, correct. So, but he's entering the portal. He obviously didn't play much at all for Colorado this year. I remember him playing a little bit in the opener against Tech, and then very sparingly at best throughout the rest of the season. So, I wonder what maybe happened there. But he is in the portal, and so we'll see.
That's right. Sean Tyler Brown also took a visit to Memphis.
Right, that's what it was.
All right. Wow, so much going on. Let's talk Fernando Lovo. We had a introductory press conference for Colorado's new athletic director today. I don't know. We can grade press conferences if we want, but I mean, he's clearly. I think the big takeaway though is it sounds like he's very clearly. He used the word. What was the word specifically used? But like unity, like aligned. He used that word a lot today, and I think that's really the main message. It seems like that the brain trust, the administration of this university is really all aligned and on the same page. I think it's clear where Fernando Lovo's strengths are and where Colorado needs help, and those things kind of also align too. So we got a couple clips from him and his press conference today. You ready for those, Alyssa? Yes. Here he is talking about why he picked Colorado or why he ended up taking this job here at Colorado.
This was the just a perfect opportunity for me and for my family. And Colorado is a beautiful place with beautiful people, and Boulder is unbelievable. It's breathtaking here, and this is a place that we're excited to be at, and can't wait to get to work and continue to build on the great foundation that Rick's already established here.
He was really impressive today. Obviously, it was our first time interacting, being around him in person. And you can see why the leadership of this university kind of fell in love with him. Mm-hmm. And obviously, let them tell it. They had a really competitive interviewing period with some really experienced candidates. And they landed on this 37-year-old man who has done a lot more than most 37-year-olds.
Absolutely.
Particularly in this athletic space. How I mentioned when we talked about him, just strikes me as a football guy. He talked about his background today, starting his, career, so to speak, at the University of Florida as an equipment manager.
Yeah, he was a student there.
Yeah, washing towels and folding jerseys. Mm-hmm. That's how he got his start. And obviously he has done nothing but climb, since then. But like you mentioned, the alignment is something that's clearly important to him and the people above him, so to speak, by the chancellor and whatnot. It was cool to see Coach Prime, all the other head coaches of the athletic programs there in the building as well for support. Yep. Kind of, going into that alignment, that unity kind of idea and whatnot. So he was really impressive today. I think this is a great hire. Obviously, it remains to be seen what happens. We got to let things unfold, but he has said and done all the right things so far.
One more clip from him. You can find all this stuff on YouTube if you want to go watch the press conference. Here he is talking about the opportunity at Colorado and really kind of the expectation for winning championships at CU Boulder.
speaks to what the potential and opportunity.
Where's
that
Dano
lies
going to
ahead
put
of us.
Bo
I
on
mean, we
this?
have over 300,000,
He put Drake last?
alumni.
Jesus. Oh, he might not
And
even put Bo.
That's a powerful statement, and we need our donor base to grow, right? We need those alumni, whether they're here in Colorado or in California or on the East Coast. They got to be engaged, and that starts with me. We've got to sell a vision. We got to get out and about, because if we can all come together, if we can all be united, I really, truly believe that championships are going to become the norm here. And that's our expectation. That's the chancellor's expectation. And I wouldn't want it to be anything different. And so I think if we can get our community engaged, believe, to buy in what's going on here, leverage the great coaches and student athletes that we have that are doing great things even beyond competition, I think when we start to see that momentum and that inertia behind it, watch out. Colorado's going to be special, and we're going to start winning some championships.
Shout out to Fernando Lovo. I have a feeling that you'll see him a lot more on this platform potentially soon.
Dang, y'all heard me on the break. They heard me on the break, Alyssa. Yeah.
Some respect on bonus.
How can I not put some respect on the quarterback of the number 1 seed
Facts.
in the AFC?
Facts.
How can I not?
Blue and orange teams, bro. We got to stick together.
For real.
But yeah, shout out Fernando Lovo. NFL. Shout out to Jimmy Horn and the Carolina Panthers. They're going to be playing in the playoffs.
Playoff bound.
That's dope. But the big news today, it's Kevin Stefanski and the Browns. I've seen parted ways. I've seen fired. I don't know what happened, but kind of inevitable in my opinion.
What?
Oh, I thought you were watching.
I mean, I knew that was going to happen. I mean, you know how they feel about each other. But I mean, yeah, like, I know you probably expected this.
Yes, bro. He hasn't been trying to win all year long.
Yeah, and I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what that means for Shedeur's future. Like, I don't know. I don't necessarily assume that that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? For Shedeur, that Stefanski's out. It might be. And I know a lot of people probably think that it is for sure. I'm just not so sure. It might be though. But anytime a head coach gets fired in the NFL, everybody is kind of on pins and needles, unless you're Myles Garrett, who is, locked in with a big contract and you're placed in the franchise. But particularly rookies, a rookie like Shedeur Sanders, it could add even more uncertainty to a situation, which I hope isn't the case. But we'll see.
I totally get your concern, but look, the thing is, Andrew Berry's still there, and Andrew Berry's going to be the man picking the head coach.
That's a good point.
Too.
That's a good point.
So, and it's clear that Shedeur trusts Andrew Berry. There's mutual admiration there. I mean, he made the pick for Shedeur, for God's sake. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. It's clearly a young team with a lot of talent. They've got their issues though. They've got to find some more targets for whoever's playing quarterback, Shedeur, or if they decide to go elsewhere. They got to fix that offensive line. They got to get healthy. And they got to, continue building that defense up, making sure that those young players continue to develop on both sides of the ball, really. But it's going to be fascinating to see what happens. And obviously, Shedeur is going to play a role, or we'll figure out what his future is at the very least. But
do you have a coach in mind you would like to see?
I don't really. I'm not tuned into the NFL coaching cycle right now. I don't really know if there's any big candidate. Like, we've talked about this. I don't think there's really a Ben Johnson out there like there was last year, right?
Exactly.
So a Mike Vrabel like there was last year. So, of course it's Cleveland, and now you have another year with kind of a black eye. Like, it's tough, man. That again, I just wish he wasn't a Cleveland Brown, but whatever.
I mean, we'll see if Mike McDaniel sticks in Miami.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah,
right. I mean, obviously it wasn't pretty, particularly late down the stretch here with Tua's play and the Dolphins play as a team, but
that's what I said.
That is what you said. No, I'm just not a fan of Mike McCarthy, particularly. That is what Jake said, I think last week, maybe 2 weeks ago when we talked about it.
He's just experienced though, and I think the Cleveland Browns just need stability and experience more than anything. Yeah,
I mean that just feels like the easy thing to do, in my opinion.
Sure.
And doing the easy thing typically doesn't work out, but we'll see what ends up happening.
For sure. Let's talk college football headlines, particularly the transfer portal and the Big 12. And we start with Brendan Sorsby, former Cincinnati quarterback. He He's going to be Texas Tech's new starting quarterback, and Texas Tech is coming to Boulder this season to play the Buffs. Colorado did not play Sorsby or Tech last year, so it's going to look different, quite a lot different than when you last saw Brennan Sorsby in Folsom Field 2 years ago, where they put up a fight. They played well against Colorado. They just didn't really have, other than Sorsby and Corleone, they just didn't have any stars. Like, they had a decent running game back then, but now Sorsby's going to have tons of targets. He's going to have an offensive line. He's going to have, damn well, he's going to have a defense at Tech for sure. So I thought he was good last year. I liked him last year. I just don't think he's 5-star transfer portal rating, potential first-round pick, that good worthy. Like, I don't know, but he is going to be surrounded by the best supporting cast he possibly could have. So
my confusion is, and don't forget who told you that Brennan Sorsby was going to be Texas Tech's new quarterback.
Great call, by the way.
It was me last week. And the only reason I knew that is because just look at him. He looks like a Texas Tech quarterback, does he not?
You weren't wrong.
But my only confusion is, like, you're Texas Tech. You can pay anybody however much you want. And that's what and you just watch a college football playoff game where the biggest reason you lost is because you couldn't score a damn point. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know, when it's like you could have had anybody you wanted out of the quarterback portal, and you chose him. You know, and again, I agree with you. I like Sorsby. I think he can play. He was certainly good this year. You look at his stats. I mean, you can't really say that he wasn't good, aside from, you know, a couple interceptions, particularly late in the year, that was kind of came in a flurry. But I just feel like if you're Tech and you got unlimited funds like that, you should have made a few quarterbacks say no to you before you went the Brennan Sorsby route. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, they are like the first. I don't know. I mean, I guess it is an interesting situation to be in, because you are the big ticket spender. Like, you are going to be kind of the first domino in a way, because you're going to have the most money to shell out. But also, like, LSU could have been in this position too. And, you know, I think that they were trying to get Sorsby as well. Yeah. Which, again, I mean, he was 5-star quarterback, which is crazy being in the transfer portal anyways. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like you gotta find a special quarterback, I think. Someone with plus traits, and like I look at someone like DJ Lagwit. Like, if you really want to take a swing, like, you'd go and get someone like that. I just don't know if Sorsby's really that guy, but we'll find out, I guess.
One other thing too is that he gives you some stuff as a runner too, which I feel like is an underrated part of his game.
Very underrated.
Him running for 580 yards and 9 touchdowns this year is impressive.
And really took care of the ball too.
He did. I mean,
I don't know what he ended up with, but he
ended up with 5 picks on the year.
Exactly, yeah.
And he threw the one in week 1 that everybody remembers. He played terrible against Nebraska to open the year.
Sure.
But after that, he went almost 2 months without throwing an interception.
Yep.
So,
Rocco Beck ended up at Penn State. I mean, it's the Penn State Cyclones at this point. I mean, we all saw that coming. They had the most portal injuries.
They're kind of putting something together though. I like what they've done early on the portal.
Totally.
Indiana going too crazy, bro.
All right, they got to slow down, bro.
Bro, they're going while still preparing for the Natty, bro. They're going too crazy. They got Nick Marsh, bro. They got this safety. They got a safety from Cincinnati, actually, who was a dog.
Oh, Pryor, maybe? Or is that the running back?
Nah, it wasn't him. But they've been going, bro.
They got Josh Hoover. How do you feel about that?
I love it.
Really?
Yeah. You know how I feel about Hoover. I like Hoover. Now with Sig,
he just turns the ball over too much for me.
I think Sig can get that out of you.
Sure.
Or that offense, I should say.
Sure.
They don't play super dumb aggressively, especially not to the extent of TCU. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course, yeah.
So I think that can be limited a bit. I like the fit. I just like everything Sig is doing. To be honest with you,
he's unbelievable, bro.
Everything he's touching right now is turning to gold, pretty much.
Best coach in the sport now.
I think it's he. I don't know how you can. Who else can you say? Kirby? Other than Kirby, or who just lost? And
yeah, but Kirby's still got titles under his belt.
Yeah, no doubt. That's it would be the only other name. Oklahoma State going stupid too. I ain't gonna lie, and I understand that a lot of them are just North Texas players. That's not a pushover in 2026.
No, they're going to be significantly better.
They're going to be a solid football team at worst. So that's another team that, like I said, was an afterthought the last 2 years, really. That is, those days are over, I think.
They are on the Colorado schedule this year too, and it will be in Stillwater. So
Yeah, that's a tough.
big
It's
game.
automatically now a tough game
Oh, absolutely.
when it wasn't maybe a few weeks ago.
I'm just scanning through everything.
I don't know where Rayola is gonna go. Sole inspiration. I feel like he's a quarterback who's been told no a couple times probably. Like, no, we're good, brother.
I mean, look, man. The fact of the matter is, there's so many open spots in the Big 12. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in here.
I hear you.
In this conference. I don't know if it's TCU or if it's Cincinnati or what, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But like, there's lots of options in this conference. Just what happened the last offseason. So, oh boy, that was a lot.
And one more thing too about just going back to O for a second.
Sure.
Arizona State's gonna have a new quarterback this year.
Yeah.
They just picked up a transfer from Kentucky, Cutter Boley. Last season, Cutter Boley threw for 2,100 yards, had 15 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Seems like a downgrade,
I agree.
at least as a quarterback play.
No,
it
totally.
is a young guy too. I think he was a redshirt freshman, but yeah, wish him the best though. We'll see. We will be seeing him, and I know he's going to be jazzed up for that game.
I think that's all we got. We might have a new tight ends coach.
Yeah.
Coach Josh Niblett. I feel like that's a
Yeah.
familiar name.
He was the one who came over with a Marion from Sac State, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it more tomorrow, though. RK will be back soon. Man, we have some big shows coming up this week. Make sure you get the word out. You're going to want to watch tomorrow's show.
Definitely.
You're going to want to watch Wednesday's show. And all more with the portal as we advance through the week as well. Shout out to everyone in the Guru Discord for hanging out last night. That was a lot of fun, too.
How was that?
It was dope, man. Shout out Guru. Got to talk about some things we don't really get to talk about. So interesting. Super chats. 250 likes. Well done today, chat. Let's try and get 300 here as we wrap up. Rev BJ Nelson, what's up, Rev? Says Happy New Year, Jake Scotty. We rolling in the portal. Absolutely, we are.
Appreciate you, Rev.
Feels good. Don Peasy, the legend. If you want a coach that's pro Shedeur, I wouldn't sleep on Antonio Pierce. Yeah, very good call. Not sure they go that route, but that's someone to consider. And it sounds like he's getting some head coaching buzz this offseason.
I think I heard him for the Giants potentially because obviously he played for the Giants.
Yep.
He's a really good player for them.
Yep.
I heard him potentially linked to their head coach opening.
The Giants. Couldn't have told you this is how it worked out.
I do like Dart though. I like Dart.
I do too.
He was really fun to watch this year, and I think if they get the head coach right, I think they're going to be just fine in the NFC East.
The best of it, ability is availability, though.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of have to stick with him for next year. But
Yes, of course. That shouldn't even be a debate.
I've seen people throwing stuff out there.
That's crazy, bro.
I mean, I agree, but if he's not on the field, it's like, look what happened with Washington and RG3 back in the day.
Who was the best rookie quarterback this year? Probably Shook, I guess, at the end of it, which is kind of crazy to say out loud.
Totally.
Probably Shook, but like Dart was right there. Again, I get the injury stuff, and obviously he didn't start the year. He missed some games with injury, but like both of those guys, you saw stuff where you're like, okay, all right.
Yeah. No, you're right. I don't know. Cam made some plays that were unbelievable.
Came on really strong the last month, for sure. I agree.
I hope his injury isn't that bad where he has to miss camp and stuff.
It sounds like it's not. I saw today that it's not something that's going to need surgery.
Okay,
so
that's good.
He should be fine.
Love to hear it. No, this is just because of the press conference. We had to go later today, so back at 1:30 tomorrow. We'll have RK back tomorrow as well, hopefully. But you know where to find us. See you guys then. Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.